This is the story of a pool and the animals that cannot live without it. A crowded pool where predator and prey are drawn together and where strange things happen that have rarely been seen before. At this pool, thirst can be dangerous, and drinking becomes a deadly game of chance. Here, in strange communion, hippos attend the last feast of the crocodiles. A river in Africa. It's known as the Luvuvu, or Hippo River. And where land and river meet, there exists a rich concentration of animals. For countless years, this river has sustained life in the northern reaches of South Africa's Kruger National Park. When good rains have fallen, there is abundant water for all. But this year, little rain fell. The river dwindled to a narrow channel and finally stopped flowing. The pools that remain in the riverbed are life-sustaining oases. And this, which is one of the largest and deepest and has never been known to go dry, is a favorite refuge for hippos and crocodiles. For those who have to drink here each day, the challenge is to drink and survive. Crocs come here regularly to bask. Crocodiles lumbering up the bank are a major hazard. The rains that usually revive the river are late this year, and the water level in the pool drops rapidly. During the heat of the day, the sand becomes unbearably hot and burns the skin between the impala's hooves. Subdued by the day's heat and temporarily at peace, the baboons relax around the pool. The impala would drink here, but the pool is dominated by a single croc, the last of a group of more than 40 that were here a month ago. Wily baboons have another strategy. They dig pits at the pool's edge and drink the seepage water, rather than risk a croc attack. Large male baboons commandeer the pits and drink every mouthful of water that seeps in. They can scare off most animals, but sharp horns have the advantage, and the baboon reluctantly gives way. Competition at the pits is so fierce that those that can't cope have to take their chances at the pool. The crocodile that has held back the drinkers suddenly leaves. Perhaps there is no future for it in this tiny pool. Lucky this time. The fierce comedy of survival results when so many are desperate for water. The crocodile reappears, covered in fresh red earth. Somewhere under the surface of the pool, the crocodile lies low with its prey, waiting for an opportune moment to eat without having to share. With jaws clamped tight on the carcass, the croc spins until a piece breaks off. The sight of crocodiles spinning in a feeding frenzy is enough to frighten most animals away. But for 9 months, little rain has fallen, and the animals risk death for water. A nursing mother must have water, but she takes a terrible risk to get it. When the pool shrinks in an unrelenting drought, there is a desperate fight for life. The life and death struggle is between these two. If baboons have nightmares, this is surely one of them. Lucky this time. The drought continues. It has become the worst in living memory. Each day now, a few baboons appear with blood on their hands. Their victims are impala fawns. Some are orphans of the drought, others only temporarily lost and alone. Trusting and totally defenseless, they are easy prey for a strong male baboon. Only one old crocodile is left. He was the largest, the dominant croc. He shows no signs of leaving. He remains in his empty pool like a stranded nightmare. All will die within an hour. Six weeks later, in the center of the pool, at the place where the water was deepest, lies the skeleton of the big male croc, dominant to the end. Close by are the bodies of more than 30 baboons who succumbed when temperatures reached nearly 120 degrees. But there are survivors. Entombed in the cool dark, they're able to conserve moisture and wait for the return of their river. For someday, beyond the distant hills, where the weather is made, it will rain again. And the end of the drought will come trickling down the riverbed. No wild calls will welcome this sight. But as the river surges and flows deep enough to swim in, who is to say that the crocodiles won't rejoice and the birds won't revel in that first flooding? In nature, there are few happy endings. Instead, there is a continuing. When the river returns, survivors will replenish its banks, and the great cycle of life and renewal will begin again.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation from the National Geographic Video Library.
Who let the dogs?
Lucky this time.